Hey guys, today we are going to make a crunchy chinchin and it's very easy to prepare. All the recipe are very easy to put together. If you want a crunchy Nigeria chinchin recipe, follow this recipe to the end. You are going to learn the basic step of making a perfect Nigeria chinchin. So let's dive into it. I'm going to be using 2 kg of flour. I've already saved it. So we just go straight by preparing our dry ingredients. I'm using 1 cup of sugar. You can increase the size to suit your preferences, but this is perfect for me. I don't like something too sweet. Then I'm going to be using nutmeg. I'm going to grate this, like use my grater to grate it. So it should be about a quarter teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon, something not too much, not too small, but perfect for your chichi. Take a note. Nutmeg is optional if you don't really like nutmeg. Then go ahead and add your baking powder. I'm using 2 tablespoons of baking powder and half teaspoon of salt. If you want to add extra flavor to your chin chin like garlic or ginger, you can go ahead and add a powder 2 teaspoon of garlic into your dry ingredients. I'm using 2 teaspoons. Whisk everything together to combine all your dry ingredients thoroughly. There's one thing you should take a note. If you want your chin chin to be very sweet, you don't like it like medium sweet, just like me, you can go ahead and add a quarter cup of sugar to it, making it 1 cup and a quarter. It will make it more sweet. It all depends on how you like it. I don't like it too sweet, but my kids like it extra sweet. I'm trying to reduce their sugar. Yeah, kids like everything sugary. So that is one thing you should take a note. Just let the sugar sweet your preferences. But there's another thing you need to take a note. When you are combining your chin chin, make sure you follow my recipe thoroughly. It's very important to get that perfect recipe that you are looking for. Now it's time for us to prepare our dry wet ingredients. So we'll be needing butter for this. There's one thing I want you to take a note. You don't need to add too much butter for your chin. If you want it extra crunchy, just like this recipe, follow the wet ingredients thoroughly. So I'm going to cut my butter. I'm using about 5 tablespoons of butter. I'm not using excess, I'm not using lesser because I want this chin chin to be very crunchy, not a little bit crispy, but crunchy. If you want that crunchy chin chin, this is this is a perfect butter to use. I'm going to put it in a bowl and melt it a little. But if you want something a little bit crispy and a little bit crunchy, you want it to be rich with butter. You can also check a link in the description below. I'm going to put that recipe there. There's one, I have a recipe on that. Not too crunchy, not too crispy, but perfect just the way you want it. If you want something a little bit crunchy and a little bit crispy. So put it in the microwave and warm a little, just it to be warm, just like this, like mate. So put it in a bowl and I'm using 2 egg in room temperature. My egg is in room temperature. Then I'm going to add vanilla extract. This is normal, is optional. The vanilla extract is optional. Go ahead and add some milk. I use 1 cup of milk. Mix everything together to get that perfect light combination of egg, and go ahead and add your melted butter. This time I don't want my wet ingredients to be too much. If you take a note, my dry ingredients are really much than my wet ingredients. That is what I need for my chin chin. I don't want it to be too, like my wet ingredients to be too much than my dry ingredients. Go ahead and combine it with your dry ingredients. At this time you just need to combine everything thoroughly. Let's take 2 minutes to take a rest. If you have question about this changing at this present on this video, please just take a pause and leave a comment in the comment section. I will be here to answer your question regarding this chinchin recipe. So let's go ahead. Combine all your ingredients. Make sure it's well combined. If you are using spatula or wooden spoon, anything you're using to combine, at this time, I normally enjoy to use my hand to combine. So I will know if it's too wet or if it's too dry. I'm going to use my hand to do the final touch to our ingredients. So this is very perfect. At this moment, you feel all the texture of your ingredients. Is it well combined? Are you feeling anything wet or anything too dry? Make sure everything is well cooperated. You don't have to overwork it, but it's still fine when you understand your ingredients with your hand. At this moment, I'm going to add water, but this time I'm not rushing it. I'm going to add it bit by bit. So I'll understand how the dough are forming together. This is when you need to understand how your dough forms together. You don't have to rush yourself, but you have to take it gently. When I mix it, I started with quarter cup of water. Then I go ahead and increase it to about a half cup. Then I should be done with it. I don't have to have extra water to it. That's why I'm using cup to measure it, to understand how my dough is going to look. You just have to combine. You don't have to add extra any longer. Just combine. If it is they are still very hard, like there's still a powder form on it. You don't have to add any other look. You just have to combine with the liquid you have, and you are going to get this dough. You and once you form the dough, the dough must not be perfect, like perfectly smooth, or you want to make a pizza. It has to be rough, like a ugly face, just as this one is looking. So just cut it into different size. I cut it up to I think 6 or 8, so it will be easy for me to roll flat and easy for me to cut. So guys, so far how you guys doing? Are you enjoying the video? Are you understanding the recipe? So just roll it on this flat. You can use knife, you can use dough cutter to cut your chin chin to your shape. You can also use pizza cutter to get everything perfect. I'm using my dough cutter because there's a measurement in my dough cutter, so it makes me understand what centimeter the dough is or whatever, like a mark for everything to look randomly. But if you don't care, it doesn't matter. Just cut it the way you want your chinchi to look. If it's the straight one, or if it's the you see, I already use my uh dough cutter to give a line just to show that okay, this is where you should go. Yeah, sometimes our hand doesn't go straight, sometimes it just go, you understand what I'm trying to do about this, giving it a line. Just okay, this is the size I want my chin chin to look like. So cut until you get all your dough cut. At that moment when you are cutting, you can start preheating your oil that you are going to use to fry your chin chin. Let me take another pause. Do you have question? Please leave it in the comment section. I'm here to answer your question regarding this recipe. And I want you to get a perfect chin chin recipe, a crunchy chin chin. And I want you to enjoy every taste of your chin chin. I see so many questions in my previous chin chin recipe, and I'm always open to answer the question. That is the reason I'm taking the time to see if you get along with this video. So I really appreciate all the questions through to me in my previous changing recipe. It shows that you guys really enjoy the video. You want to know what is going on and what you are doing right and what you are not doing right. I really appreciate all the comments that come into that recipe. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being there for me. And I really want to thank you guys. We've reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support and keep supporting your gear. And I will do my best to give you guys the best recipe that you are going to enjoy and the best easy method to use. So our oil has been preheated. I've been preheating my oil since I started cutting my chin chin. So the oil is ready for me to put my chin chin. There's one thing I want you to take in note. If your wet ingredient are too much, your chin chin dough is going to form bubbles earlier. And if the butter is also too much, it's going to affect your hair as well. If you don't want it to get bubbles on time, but this recipe, the chin chin throughout the stage I fry all the chin chin, I never really have bubbles floating on top of my oil. It come out perfect, just the way you see it in the video. Till the end of the frying, I never really add extra oil, or I was like having that issue of having bubbles on my oil. I never really have that. So the chin chin was perfect. The ingredients was perfect. Please leave comments. I really appreciate your comments in my ginger recipe. I love your comments, and I was really happy when I see all you guys comment on the recipe. I was so happy that oh, this is what people are struggling with. It makes me understand what we are really struggling about on our recipe. So just drop your comments, let me know what you see. And for those of you that really enjoyed the recipe, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being there, and thank you so much for giving feedback on my recipe. So this is the outcome. As you can see, it come out really amazing. The color is golden color, just the way I wanted it. If you want to eat to be more crunchy, you can leave it to dry more. But for me, it's perfect because my 3 years old can't wait to start eating this chinchin. Repeat this step until you finish frying all your chinchin dough. Please do not forget to leave comments, and please do not forget to like this video. It encourage me to do more, and it encourage me to know what you guys really want to see in my channel. And feel free to check my channel for more recipe. I have so many recipe in my channel. I have some juice, so many recipe. Just go through the channel and see whatever you feel like enjoying to watch. Then let's go back to our chinchin. Our chinchin, after frying, just put it in a tray and drain the excess oil, allow it to cool down, and remember to put it in airtight container. Actually, it should take about 2 weeks until your chinchin is finally done. But my chinchin doesn't really take that long because of my kids. Immediately I start frying it, they started eating it. So mine doesn't take 2 weeks. It takes less than a week and it's done. So I will be thinking of doing another batch. So this is the outcome of our chin chin. It comes out really amazing. The taste was perfect. The garlic, the ingredients inside was perfect. If you want the spicy chin chin, leave comments and let me share the recipe. You can check my jollof rice. You can check my juice. So many recipes to look. I see you in my next video. Stay safe. And thanks for watching this chin chin recipe.